A family farm business in Kelowna, Iowa, that began with just 3 farms is now over 50 farms and one of the top-selling specialty egg brands in the country. Ryan Miller is president and CEO of Farmers Hen House, and you've seen it in the store.
Yep.
You guys have been prominent for, well, how long has it been?
For a little while, since 2000, 2001.
Yeah.
But we've grown a lot in the last 10 years or so.
I saw that you were top in specialty eggs. So that
Yes.
means what exactly, Ryan?
So specialty eggs are eggs from hens that do not live in cages. So they live outside of cages, open barns, and for our birds, they also go outside. They get to run around in the grass, pick around, that kind of stuff.
And that makes for what? For people who don't understand, so what about that?
Yeah.
What's the explanation of that, Ryan?
Well, it's better for the birds. So we feel like if we give the birds a better life, they're going to produce a better egg. And usually you can tell, most of our eggs are brown, like these we have here. When you look at the yolk, once you crack that egg open, it's nice and bright and yellow.
It's because they're just roaming like this
Yep.
that they produce a better egg?
That's what yes, that's how we
Wow.
see it, yes.
So what does it mean? Here's your operation, which is big now,
Yeah.
but it started out a long time ago, very small.
Yes.
And with organic practices even back then, correct?
Yeah, yep. Eldon Miller started the company in the late 90s, and he had the first little chicken house, 5,000 hens, and he started farming organically the grain in the area, and other farmers started picking up on that. And so our job is to continue that legacy of small family farms, providing a market for them. They want to farm, and so we come in where we take those eggs and market them across the country so they can keep producing eggs like they have been.
Well, I think we should tell our viewers that Iowa is a very egg prolific producer,
Yes.
one of the largest in the country.
It is the largest in the country by a long shot.
More
yes.
eggs come from Iowa farms than from any other state.
Yes, than any other state.
Isn't that something? No matter where you buy your eggs. And so here's some of your products.
Yes.
And you did mention that they're all brown. Most of them are brown.
Yes.
And so you have different ones. So this one on the end, so this is what the packaging looks like. So in this one, are we going to find all these various ones, Ryan, in the stores?
You're going to find these 3 in most stores in the area. This one is really new, and in Iowa here, you're only going to find that one in the new Pioneer Co-ops in Iowa City and a couple other stores in Iowa City.
Otherwise, in your basic grocers,
yes.
Hy-Vee, Fairway.
Hy-Vee, Fairway, Fresh Time, Natural Grocers.
Okay. Well, you're going to find all of these, and some. See, so these are the brown ones.
Yeah.
I feel like this one has even darker brown eggs. Does that mean anything?
It just from different farms, and the hens are different ages and different things like that. So there can be some variation in shell color.
And the explanation again for brown versus white eggs.
That part's just genetic. The difference in the egg color.
It's not going to taste different.
It's not going to taste
when I
different.
eat it.
But the brown eggs, the shells are usually a little thicker. They hold up a little bit better. And the brown hens have been bred a little bit better for life outside of cages and being out on the dirt.
Okay. How about storage of eggs? I know there's a little bit of controversy about that. Sometimes people say you don't have to refrigerate eggs.
That is true if you do not live in the United States or Canada.
Okay.
So in the United States and Canada, we're required by the FDA to wash the eggs, and that takes a protective layer off so they start to age. So they need to be kept at about 40 degrees.
Okay, so when I pick them up from the store and put them in my fridge, they should last how long? How long can I leave them in my fridge before they're not good to eat?
We usually recommend 2 to 3 weeks past the sell-by date is when you can keep them in your fridge.
Past the sell-by date.
Yeah,
okay.
which is printed on the end of the carton like this, like right there.
So they're in different places on every one, but yours are on the end.
Yep.
So two or 3 weeks past that.
Yeah.
See, it says sell-by. It doesn't say expires.
Right.
So
it's sell-by.
you do have to watch that.
Yes.
What do you think about the price of eggs now? I hear people are a little bit in an uproar about some
Yeah,
of
the
that,
price
right?
of eggs are high.
Yeah.
Some of that has to do with input costs. Some of it has to do with shortages caused by avian influenza. But input costs, like everything else, are very high. And we're in Iowa where we grow lots of grain, and grain is expensive right now.
Wow. So, but talk about a health food. I mean,
Yes.
every dietitian I ever have on the show says eggs, 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 eggs. And there's
Exactly.
not even a worry as there used to be about the cholesterol.
Nope, it's perfectly fine for you.
It's a fine protein product made in Iowa. Well, you know, in other places as well, but very
Yes.
prominently here. Farmers Hen House, congrats on what you do, Ryan. It's
Yeah,
pretty
thank
cool.
you.